Hey everybody,
Hey,
it's Tima, and here I am again with Elijah at How
yes.
Boxing Works. Hey Elijah.
Hey, thank you for having me
Uh,
back.
yes, I'm so glad that you're going to be part of this show. So obviously, people are probably like, "What happened?" It was Ray and Tima, the main event. Yes, it was for a minute. Unfortunately, Ray is just not able to show up. I mean, personal issues and stuff. We all go through it. It's life. But the show must go on. So he has passed that torch down for me to take over. So hopefully I can make this a great podcast, have it in my control, and do what I want with it now. And we'll
Yeah.
see how it goes with boxing content. And Elijah, I know you're great with, your boxing IQ, like you know a lot of information. And so this is great. And I know you do a lot of stuff with like media too, don't you? Like going to these events.
Yeah, I'm a reporter, so I get press credentials to a lot of fights. Basically, in my free time, I still work a regular job full time.
Mhm.
Um, but when I have time, I attend fights, take pictures, talk to fighters, um, live tweet about what's happening, like during the rounds. Sometimes I score fights live as well.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I just go give people my perspective on boxing and try to, just let them know what's going on, what fighters they can look out for. Um, and yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, so you already have some, experience in the boxing community, which I do love. And as all you guys know, that I'm trying to do my best with the photography. I'm trying to take pictures of boxing events. Main goal is to become one of these fighters, photographer. That would be the goal. I don't want to say it's a dream because I can make this dream come true. It's a goal. I can achieve it. I believe in myself. And you guys have shown so much support with my photography. And so hopefully, with this podcast and the photography, it'll just help with the brand, and obviously make the boxing great again. I mean, I feel like we need some good reporters. I feel we need some good boxing content. The sport is not dead, not to me. I don't know about you, Elijah, but
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely
we
not.
can we can make it alive again. I don't know, it could be great. It can be great.
I feel
So
like it's like the beginning almost of like a new era of boxing.
yes,
We've been in the
definitely.
four belt era for like 20 years now, but I feel like now it's kind of normalized and people are starting to understand the structure of the sport, the four organizations, the rankings, and basically that's what like my mission with my company, How Boxing Works, was to uh, just showcase what's going on. A lot of guys are like, "Oh, there's too many belts," and because they see a lot of fighters come in the ring with a belt and they don't really know, like, is he a champion? Is he not a champion?
Yes.
Um, but I just wanted to, break it down plain and simple. There's four belts. Once you get them all, you're the best. And when fans understand that, it's easier for them to want to get involved or want to watch the fights because then they know what's going on.
Obviously, I think that is the problem with today because it does seem more of a popularity contest. Like, who is this fighter? Who has even fought? You know what I'm saying? And there's a
Mhm.
lot of good fighters trying to make way out here to gain these belts. And obviously it's social media, so people are going to make the jokes. Oh, he fought a cab driver. He fought my Uber driver, whatever. But like these people are like working their way up to the top to gain these belts, to get these
Mhm.
titles. And so I think that's what makes the sport like fun. I mean, I love seeing prelims. I love seeing what new fighters are out there, what other skills. I don't want to talk about the same five fighters in rotation. You get what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
get they're great, they're amazing, they're popular, but there's so much talent out there. There's more talent
Yeah.
even across the globe. And so, I do want to see more performances from someone coming from Russia, from Venezuela. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I just think this is amazing. I think people should understand how boxing works,
Yeah. Thank you.
and be able to enjoy the sport. There's so much, there to really discover, and I think that's what we're doing. I mean, now I do want to go with the recap because a lot that
Mhm.
just happened last night that is just kind of like, who is this and what's next for this fighter, right? Because I
Yeah.
didn't hear, I know nothing about him, but wow, impressive. So I mean, where do you want to start? Did you watch the fights? Because
Yes, I watched as many as I could. A majority of the fights this weekend. The ones I couldn't, I always end up watching the highlights
okay.
and just finding out what happened. But I probably want to start with Sky Nicholson. Um, I was impressed. I mean, she went out there, did what she was supposed to. I knew it was going to be easy for her. Um,
Hmm.
didn't think it was going
Same.
to be that easy. I
Oh
believe
yeah,
she
yeah,
got a second round stoppage.
yeah.
It
Second
was
round
a liver
stoppage.
shot.
Hmm.
And she won the vacant IBF super bantamweight title.
Yes,
So yeah, great win for her. She's a champion again, and I look forward to seeing what's next. I do. I would like to see a rematch with her and Tierra Brown eventually in the future.
I hope
Um,
Tiara Brown can respond to that and give that to her. I know it's not looking good on both ends from all the drama I've seen. Tiara Brown has blocked her on social media, so I don't know what's going on in their drama, right? But it would be great to get that rematch. I feel like Sky is really trying her best to improve, trying to work on the inside, throw combos because she was struggling just throwing single shots. That's what I used to see. I mean, again, she's a technical fighter. You do not expect, a knockout,
mhm.
from Sky, right? But I mean,
She
she's
got a
amazing.
stoppage though, so
She did get a stoppage, so there you go. And I
yeah.
feel like she looks great. She was at 121. She looks amazing at this weight. Maybe she's more comfortable. She might go back up to 126. So I do look forward to see what her plans are. And obviously, I do want her to fight Ellie Scottney. I think Ellie Scottney is a great fighter. It'd
Mhm.
be a very competitive fight. So eventually I need Sky Nicholson to take those big competitions and really prove herself. She's
Yeah,
doing
definitely.
amazing. Yeah.
I do look forward to a lot of potential matchups with her.
Yeah.
But I am happy for her, that she did win a world title. It's a huge accomplishment. A lot of fighters work very hard. And people will say it's vacant, but like at the end of the day, she's still the IBF champion of the world. So
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You still gotta celebrate that. It's still an
yes.
accomplishment. So yeah. And so the other fights, I mean, MVP again. So I think they're amazing with their promotions. I mean, fights were pretty good. It was a really good fights. A lot of like knockout stoppages.
Mm,
It was a lot going on. It was
yeah.
exciting. It was fun. Of course, always incorporate the women in the boxing, and they got their wins. But really, I really want to focus on, with what happened with Tellez and Abbas Baru.
Yeah, that was the upset of the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah,
Our
I mean,
episode, our last episode, we were
I
just
was talking him up big, and and I did say that
I
that it he passes the eye test, it all looks promising, but you can never bank on an eye test alone. This is why I stress accomplishments so much because then there's proof behind that eye test. Um and even fights like this, he may not have been a world champion, but tough tests like Abbas Baru, somebody that most of us had no clue about before.
no clue.
Yeah, came out there and put on a show, fought with a bunch of heart, had a great gas tank, and he just bit down and won the fight with a buzzer beater knockdown. That's the part that I
That
was
was
like,
impressive. I was
yeah, it was
like,
like
look at
15
that.
seconds left or something, and he put him
I was
down.
scared it was going to be a robbery. I was like, no, there's no way. They're not going to let him win. I don't know. I thought
I
something.
I thought if it went the distance, he still would have got the nod, and even the scorecards showed that. But like the knockdown, like definitely solidified
That
it.
definitely solidified it. Yeah, and I was so happy for him. He got so emotional, and I was just really proud of
Yeah,
the
that's
guy. I was just
huge.
like, he has heart. Obviously everybody's like, what's next? He did the face off with Zayas in the ring, and I'm like, oh
So
man,
technically, so this was for the interim
yeah,
WBA super welterweight title. Who's WBA champ at 154 currently? Sorry, I need to look at the rankings.
go ahead.
Um, I I believe that Abbas is he's arrived at 154. Nobody, I don't think anybody was looking out for him before, but now he's definitely a great matchup for a lot of guys. Sanders Zayas, Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Ennis. 154
And
was already deep, and it just
yeah,
keeps getting deeper.
it just gets deeper. Everybody was like, well, okay, what happens next with Baru? Like, if he fights Ortiz Boots, I mean, everybody's like, oh, he's food, like, because who is he, right?
Hmm.
But he did display his skills. I love the way he was throwing his combos, changing levels, using that footwork to get in the inside. Like the pressure was immense. It was a lot for Tellez. I could tell the pressure was getting to him. I was like, Tellez was talking a lot, like, hey, I want a fight with boots. I'm like, I don't think you're ready for that right now. I don't
And
think you're
there was a
ready.
lot, and it was like right before the fight, and it's like, wow, he wants Xander and Boots, and
Yes.
and yeah, I guess we got to go
I'm
back to the
kind of
drawing
like,
board.
you need another tune up or two. Hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on. Yeah,
Uh,
but I mean, again, amazing.
I think he still had a decent performance. Like Tellez, he
Yeah,
had a good game plan. I feel like it really was just that his shots didn't have the effect he was hoping they would have. And they just didn't break down a boss throughout the fight like he thought it would
yeah,
eventually.
I agree. And I have to say though, he does have a chin from what I saw. I mean,
Yeah, they both
because
do. They both have a
yes,
streak. They were
because
trading.
Baru was he was throwing some clean shots, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that left hook, oh, and again, and I'm just like, he's still standing. My guy's
Yeah.
still up, like not wobbling or anything. So I was just like, okay, these two guys, they got a chin, so this is good. I mean, they got a lot of heart. It's going to be a lot of good competition in the 154, and I am so excited. I think this is the most exciting division so far yet. I don't
Yes,
know.
if they fight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're right on that. You're right on
Yeah.
that. I do need contract signed and fights created
Hmm.
here. So definitely we shall see what happens with that. And then of course the main event was Cordova and Rivera. What do you
Yes.
think about that?
Um, I agree with the draw. I
Really?
don't
I
think
don't. I
I
don't.
do. I
I don't.
do.
I don't. I don't.
I don't
I think
think uh either of them did enough to win the fight.
I well, how can you with Rivera? Like his style was such a circus clown. Like
Hey, it doesn't
what
have
what
to
are you
look
doing
pretty.
with your
It doesn't have to
yeah,
look
but I
pretty.
mean, and then he's hitting a lot behind the head. The headbutt clashes. Like even the commentators were saying like, oh, he threw 600 headbutts. I mean punches. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
because it was so whack. I'm sorry, this was a terrible fight for me. Obviously, I
It
meant
was
live. It was
it was a bad
entertaining.
it was a bad fight. I cut it off towards
But
the end. I didn't finish it.
but I think with the numbers, I can't remember exactly the percentage, but it showed that Rivera, I mean, threw and landed more compared. You know what I'm saying? But still, I just don't think. I don't know. Rivera did the best. He tried to fight fair. He tried to get inside, but all you hear is this guy just screaming all night long. Oh, oh, oh! And I was just like, oh, can he stop? Can he
I,
stop?
I can't. I
That
wanted to
irritated
tweet
me the
it.
most.
I think it irritated everybody. Just wanted him to lose, but he
Yeah,
was so persistent, and he kept coming
very.
forward, and he kept trying to assert his dominance, and it got him a draw. Even sloppy and
Didn't work. Those out did not
headbutts.
work for him. They didn't work
It
at all.
he saved
Uh,
it, getting another loss on his record. So
that is true, but like even when it first started, when that bell rang and he started lunging and swinging, I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! What are
yeah,
we
very
doing?" But I was just
awkward.
like
Very
laughing, like,
awkward.
"What are we doing here?" I mean, it just went from boxing to some MMA to some. It was like a bar fight at
Yeah, there
some
was a
point.
hip toss at some point in the fight.
Oh my gosh. I was like, and then the officiating, I mean, the ref, I can tell he was frustrated. I saw him arguing. I mean, outside. So there's just a lot going on. I was just like,
Mhm.
this is the main event. Wow. It should have been Tellez and Baru. It should have
It
been the main event.
definitely should have been the other way around.
Yeah, it should have been the other way around because then we would have just got, like, okay, circus clowns are done here. Next in the main event. And it would have been a great, tough fight. So whatever. But nonetheless, it was still,
Yeah,
some amazing performances. I love being at home and watching some good fights on a Saturday night. So I can't complain. I enjoyed it.
yeah. And I
You
think a
know,
lot of people don't realize that there's fights like pretty much every Saturday. Like if you
yes,
turn
there
on the
is.
zone
There
or
is.
you can
Yes.
always find a fight. We may have like 2 or 3 weekends out of the year where we don't have fights.
Yeah.
But there's always fights
There's
on.
always fights on, but again, because they're not very well known, people
Hmm.
obviously aren't tuning in, not
Yeah.
really, worried
Yeah.
to
There
tune
was
in.
another card, and Jermaine Ortiz fought.
Oh yes, I didn't see
Yes.
that actually. I didn't see that. But he won, right? I think he won.
Yeah, yeah, third round
Yeah,
stoppage. So
saw that.
since his loss to Teofimo Lopez, he's on a
Oh
three fight
yeah.
win streak, and he's gotten
Nice.
two stoppages within the first three rounds. So he's been doing very well.
So what do you think is up next for him? I mean,
I think
this
he's
is
trying to get a Teofimo rematch.
that would be good, but if
It was,
Teofimo wants to fight, but yeah.
yeah, I doubt. Actually, I think Tio would be quicker to a Jermaine Ortiz rematch than to fight Shakur.
Wow.
Um, and I really feel like Jermaine Ortiz can win that fight. A lot of people think he won the first one.
Hmm.
Um,
So it's like a comeback, yeah. So I mean, he could probably get that redemption and win that. So that actually would be good. I wouldn't mind watching that
yeah,
one.
I think Jermaine Ortiz is still a top competitor, especially at 140. His only
Yeah,
losses are to Loma and Teofimo in close fights. So
yeah.
I
So
still feel like he's right up there with a lot of those guys at 140, and yeah, definitely something to look out for.
so a good rematch would be nice. So hopefully we get to see that. I don't know what's up next with Tio, but again, that would
Yeah.
be really nice. That would be really nice. So I do want to talk about the announcement that was going on earlier today. Lamont Roach with Gabriel Flores. What do you think of this? I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a tune-up. I mean, we're not getting the rematch, so he needs to fight somebody.
You say you think
Um,
it's great?
I mean, who else do you think he should fight right now? Did you want Carmelo?
Shakur,
I mean,
or
yeah,
to fight
Shakur.
right
I think
now? No, he could fight Carmel and make a lot more money than fighting Gabriel Flores,
this.
and it's a
Yeah,
much easier fight, in my opinion. Oh well, maybe not.
really? I don't know about
No,
that. I don't know about that. I think it'd be some good, a little good competition there.
Carmel will be a tougher fight, but in terms of like
Yes, that's
experience
what I'm
wise,
saying. But I feel
uh,
like I don't know. I mean, just give him a little tune up just to fight something. I don't know, and then just make a big fight. I
that's
don't
what's
know.
happening. It seems like
That's
so.
that's what I think it is. I mean, but I did see Shakur did tweet something about he's just waiting for some exciting news. Hopefully this fight comes through so he can show how great he is. Don't know who he's talking about. Will it be Tio? I don't know. It definitely doesn't sound like it's Lamont. So I don't know what's in store for Shakur right now. He wants something big, and this might be a big announcement. The way he's so excited. So I don't know who this could be that he could be fighting.
I I mean, for Shakur, for right now, he's already like he won't be back till January. So for me, he's not at the top of my when's the fight list.
Right.
Just because he's let it be known he won't be fighting till January. So for the next
Right.
several
Which is fair.
months,
But I
yeah,
do need his hand to be okay. I don't want him to go
yes,
quick
he was just
injury.
sparring with Terrence Crawford. So
I did
I
see
think
that.
he can fight again, but uh,
He did
he's gonna take
spar.
some
He did
time off.
Crawford. Obviously people are just like, what is that going to do against Canelo? But
I
whatever.
so for that argument, when guys are in training or in camp training for a certain fighter and they bring guys in to spar, the guy's job is to emulate the opponent. Shakur Stevenson has watched Canelo his entire life, and he knows
Yep.
how to get in the ring and emulate scenarios that Canelo Alvarez
But do.
would
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
do.
Ring. Yeah.
And Shakur's super talented, so he can probably emulate a bunch of
Yeah.
different styles.
Yeah.
So I do think, in terms of him being able to give Crawford the looks that he needs, that it was beneficial for him because
I
Shakur Stevenson is
I
pound
agree.
for pound.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. Technical fighter. I mean, different. I mean, like you said, Shakur knows what he's doing.
yeah,
So this is amazing. This is good for Bud. I think he's in good hands with his team. And we did see
the other
Canelo
work.
spar Boots.
Yeah, so that's
Boots is
a
on the Canelo
huge.
train.
So personally, I think Shakur work with Shakur Stevenson is better than Boots. Some people may disagree with me. Um, that's great work from Canelo, and I think the best possible work he could get to prepare for Terrence Crawford. They also had Yoanelli Hernandez, another
Oh
guy
yes,
to
I
look
did
out
see
for.
Hernandez. Yes. Uh huh.
I was actually more impressed seeing him in camp than Boots.
Yes. Yes.
Um, but both of those guys, tremendous work. I
Oh yeah.
think that
Definitely.
Canelo and Crawford are both going to be at 100%. They're both going to have amazing training camps, and we're going to see two guys at, I wouldn't necessarily say the peak, but at the top of their careers, um,
Mhm.
and at probably the highest skill level between like two pound for pound fighters
Yeah, That's
that we're gonna
cool.
see in our lifetime. Like it's a very competitive fight.
That's why I'm really upset that I'm not going because I really thought about that. You really put it
I'll
in a
be
good
there.
head. You will
Um,
be there.
yeah, I'll be
Okay,
there.
well,
I won't be
definitely.
there with a press pass. I'm getting a regular ticket because I couldn't get approved for the fight. They approved me for the
Aw. Yeah, well,
uh
that's okay.
press
That's
tour, but not the
something.
fight.
Yeah, that's
But
fine. Yeah, but that's something. I did want to go, but those tickets were a little too expensive. I
yeah,
understand. People are just like, but it's just like the energy, just the
I'm paying
vibe of
eight
being
hundred
there.
dollars to see Bud and Canelo. Yeah,
Wow.
it's an expensive
Wow. You should have been saving
ticket.
that money for my birthday gift, okay?
I should have bought
But
my
no,
ticket earlier. That's what I should have done.
yeah, no, it's really expensive, and resellers are crazy. But I was just like, I don't want to pay that much money for even like nosebleeds. When my Netflix is free thanks to T-Mobile, so it's
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna
Uh-huh.
stay home and do something else. And
You
that's the
do a
same.
lot of work for boxing, and eventually you'll get a press pass, and you won't have to pay for these fights because you
Stay
do
tuned
enough
if
to
you're
help
if
out.
you're listening to this, manifest that for me. Thank you,
Yes.
because that is the goal. But no, yeah, I think it's gonna be an amazing time in Vegas. I definitely wish I was going, but definitely have fun for me there.
Yeah. And
Um,
I will definitely be getting footage and covering as
yeah.
much as I can.
Yes, we'll definitely want to stay tuned and see all of that. Obviously, again, guys, Twitter is How Boxing Works with two S's. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
My original account got suspended, so I have a second account
there you
with an
go.
S
So
at the
there you
end.
go. So two S's. And then other than that, I mean, the IBF also ordered Kelly and Bakram, so that's another big fight to see as well. I know
Yes.
a lot of people wanted Bakram to fight Boots, that didn't go that way. So now it's against Kelly, which hey, whatever. It's IBF, ordered and mandatory. So just do it. Just
Yeah.
run it.
We do have some fights. Not a lot this week, but the week
The
before,
following, yes.
the first week of September, the 6th, IBF World Superweight or World Super Featherweight title, Christopher Diaz versus Eduardo Nunez. In Sinaloa, Mexico, that's going to be a great fight. Sandy Ryan is going to be
Sandy
making a
Ryan is back. Oh
yes
my gosh. Okay.
against Jade Greason at
Okay.
welterweight, 10 rounds in England.
Oh,
Um, Oscar Valdez versus Medina.
Valdez is. I have not heard of Valdez in so long. Wow.
Yes, he's still fighting.
Wow.
10
Okay, so
rounds at
guys, see.
lightweight. And
Okay.
then uh, I believe that's all we have prior to Canelo Crawford fight week.
Okay. Well, I mean, look,
Yeah.
the buildup is getting intense. We are all excited. We only have 3 weeks to go for this Canelo and Crawford fight, guys. I know you guys are all ready. Let's not also forget in 3 weeks as well. Inoue fights MJ. I know it's not the biggest hype up fight that's exciting to everyone, but please tune in to Inoue, who's really doing
Yep.
his best to
Another
make a
title defense. What title defense is
yes,
this now? Like five, six? He's
yes,
defended undisputed
yes.
a lot.
Yeah, so I'm saying like this is huge. I mean, my guy's doing whatever it takes for legacy. So again, tune in for Inoue and MJ on September 14th. It's going to be a good one. And of course, we have so many more fights coming, this fall, winter. I'm really excited. This is the last one
Yeah.
of the year. Oh my gosh, this year is ending so quick. But
And it's about to
here,
get
guys,
very exciting.
it's about very exciting, very busy
Hmm.
again. So I can't wait, and of course we'll be having these weekly episodes, and definitely I do want to say that I think we'll do spaces on Sundays. And we'll do Friday, the podcast, just to be able
Yeah.
to go over some boxing news and discuss some of these fights that are coming up. But spaces to get all the viewers to interact, ask
Yes.
questions, just being able to have, a space where we can all get to know one another, and just do what we have to do and be great at boxing,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. I love the show. Thank you for having me. The
Yes,
Divine
it's gonna
Hook.
be
Make sure
so
you guys
great,
tune in.
guys. It's the
Yes.
divine hook. So,
Yes.
so I'm really excited, and yeah, we'll just keep this going, and we hope you guys all continue to support, subscribe, like, comment. We do appreciate all feedback and opinions. Please let us know what you think about our takes. Obviously, you may not agree with everything, and that's what makes it fun. So please make sure to, share what you have to say, and we can definitely discuss those type of opinions and feedbacks on here. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Elijah. See you guys next week.
See ya. Bye.